Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today, I am honored to stand before you with deep gratitude for a partnership that is making a powerful difference in the lives of our students here in Montgomery Public Schools. On behalf of Montgomery Public Schools, I want to extend our sincere appreciation to the Equal Justice Initiative and to Mr. Brian Stevens for his unwavering vision, generosity, and commitment to the children of Montgomery. This book fair is not just one initiative or an event. It is an investment in our students' futures. By placing high-quality books directly into the hands of our young learners, EJI is helping us build personal libraries, ignite the imagination of our students, and nurture a lifelong love for reading. Literacy is the foundation for academic success. It unlocks doors, expands horizons, and equips our students with the skills they need necessary to thrive in school and beyond. When children read, they dream. And when they dream, they begin to see themselves as future leaders, thinkers, creators, and change makers. But literacy does not grow in isolation. It grows strongest when families, schools, and community partners work hand in hand. When students see themselves, all of us standing behind them, encouraging their growth, celebrating their efforts, and investing in their successes, it sends a powerful message. You matter, and your future matters. To Mr. Stevenson, thank you for believing in every child. Thank you for believing that every child deserves opportunity. Your vision continues to inspire us and moves this community toward greater passion, equity, and hope. Together, we are not just giving out books. We are planting seeds, seeds of confidence, joy, and endless possibility. And for that, Mr. Stevenson, we are forever grateful. Thank you so much.
We have been so proud over the last 3 years to work with the Montgomery Public Schools in trying to create opportunities and uplift opportunities for young people in this community. Last year was the third year we awarded $10,000 scholarships to graduating students from every high school in Montgomery. We now have 100 legacy scholars from the Montgomery Public Schools enrolled in college, trying to advance toward making a difference. Over the last 3 years, we've also had the great privilege of going into every public school, high school, and working with young people who express an interest in learning more about the topics that we cover at the legacy sites. And our staff interact with these high school students, and it's been one of the most inspiring and energizing things we do at EJI, to see young people asking tough questions, engaging with sometimes challenging material, but finding insights and paths forward is a really, really hopeful thing to do. We've been proud to work with the staff and teachers at Montgomery Public Schools in the course that we offer for supplemental engagement with our sites here in Montgomery. But we all know that literacy and early education is the foundation on which hopeful futures are built. And so this year, we wanted to do something for the youngest students in the Montgomery Public School system. These beautiful young children are the real hope and future of this community. And we want to stand with them, we want to support them, we want to embrace them, and we want to encourage them. And that is why we're really pleased to be part of this book giveaway, working with librarians and teachers and staff at the Montgomery Public Schools. We've identified 133 book titles written by esteemed authors tailored specifically for first and second grade readers. We've acquired these now over 11,000 books and are privileged to donate them to the Montgomery Public Schools so that every first and second grader in this system can have 2 free books to take home for the holidays to strengthen their literacy. And I think Dr. Bird's characterization of this is exactly right. We want all of these young people to have their own personal libraries, to explore the things that mean the most to them, that help them find their dreams and pursue their dreams with the kind of commitment that is going to be needed in an environment where sometimes kids that are poor, vulnerable, and marginalized don't get the same opportunities, in places where so many of the resources are being pulled from public schools and invested in spaces that our children can't access, I think it's even more important that we wrap our arms around these children and support our public school system. As a graduate of a public school system, I believe deeply in public education. Education should be free, it should be high quality, and it should give people the opportunity to do the things that they might not otherwise get to do. I'll tell one quick story. I went to Harvard Law School, and when I got to law school on the first day, they put me in a small group, and they asked, why are you in law school? And all of my classmates started talking about how they were the son or the daughter or the nephew or the niece of a lawyer. And after the fifth person gave that story, I started to squirm because I realized I wasn't related to any lawyers. And after the seventh or eighth person invoked these family connections as how they got to law school, I realized something I hadn't even realized until that moment. And what I realized on my first day of law school was that not only was I not related to a lawyer, I realized I'd never even met a lawyer. And they got to me, and by the time they got to me, I actually felt diminished. I didn't feel like I belonged. And after that meeting, I called my mom. I said, Mom, I don't belong in this law school. And my mom said to me, she was one of those wonderful mothers, she said to me, you belong wherever you go. You're the smartest person in the world. You can do anything you want to do. And then she told me to tell those kids why I'm really in law school. And I went back and I found my classmates and I told them, I'm in law school because my great-grandfather was enslaved in Caroline County, Virginia, but he had a hope of freedom so powerful he learned to read while he was enslaved. And for enslaved people, it was against the law to learn to read. You could be killed, you could be sold, and yet his hope compelled him to become literate. And after emancipation, my grandmother told me he would read to people in the community, formerly enslaved people who didn't know how to read, every week on the steps of their home. He would read the newspaper from front to back because he believed that literacy and reading was the path forward. My grandmother told me when he started reading, she would wrap her arms around his leg because she wanted to learn to read, and she thought you learned to read by touching somebody while they read. He said, no, Victoria, that's not how you learn to read. I'll teach you how to read. And my grandmother worked as a domestic her whole life, but she was a reader. And when I'd go visit my grandmother, sometimes she would stand on the porch of her home and she would have a stack of books and she'd make you read something before she let you inside the house. I grew up in a poor, racially segregated community. They closed the public schools to black kids when I was a little kid, but lawyers came in and opened up those doors, and I entered the public schools at precisely the moment that these young people are here. As I said, I didn't see a lot of hope outside the community where I was raised. Most people worked in the poultry plants. None of the adults had high school degrees because there were no high schools for black people in our county when they were coming up. But my mom went into debt and she bought us books. We had the World Book Encyclopedia in our house. Our house was filled with books. And what I told my classmates at Harvard Law School is that I'm not related to a lawyer. I've never even met a lawyer, but I'm here because people who loved me put books in front of me, and I've read all about the lawyers. And for me, that is what we have to do for these young children. We have to create books, because books aren't just things with words. Books are dreams. Books are pathways. Books are the things that give you confidence to do the things you have to do. So all of these young people are going to be able to say something I couldn't say when I went to law school, because I'd never met a lawyer. But I'm proud to meet each and every one of you. And so if any of you end up going to law school, you can say, well, I met at least one lawyer on my path, and I hope you'll read books about all the things that inspire you. It is a beautiful, beautiful gift that you give to us by allowing us to be a part of this program. I want to thank Lendria Glass, who's been one of our educators working in the schools, and Tara Duvernay and some of the folks from EJI for facilitating this work. And Dr. Bird, I want to express my gratitude to you. When I first presented this idea, you were eager and enthusiastic, and you and Jade and the staff at MPS have made this really, really easy. So thank you. And thank all of you who support our beautiful children, who support our teachers and staff, and who make public education in this community strong, vibrant, and hopeful, because that's what we need, strong, vibrant, hopeful schools. Thank you all very much.
Good morning. Today it is a thrill to stand before you and celebrate this auspicious occasion that our students, our Montgomery Public School students, the least of the youngest of our students, get the opportunity to receive these books for their home libraries. And I am thrilled to celebrate the impact that EJI and MPS have in this partnership. This is truly a vital partnership for our students and for our community, and we want to express our deep gratitude to you, Mr. Stevenson, to EJI, and to our superintendent for the collaborative vision that allows this partnership to transpire. The simple fact is this: I believe, as the district library media specialist, that literacy, books, literature of all type, opens doors. It changes lives. And I've been saying since I've accepted this position that it is literature that changes lives. If our students don't see it, read it, and come in contact with it, how can they ever hope to be it? And so it is this initiative and others much like it that allow us the opportunity to put these books in their hands, and not only put them in their hands, but send them home so that they can be treasured and read not just one time, but over and over, thereby making the impact, the mark that never is erased. It is our belief that here in Montgomery Public Schools, our foundational mission is to have engaged students with meaningful, transformative literature that will always make its mark and transform their lives. Thereby, we will achieve academic success. So it is by providing these books, it is by giving them the access to works that they may never have had in our school libraries, but that they will have now in their home libraries, that we will see not only our students excel in reading and comprehension, but their lives and their futures will be forever transformed. So thank you again, Mr. Stevenson, Dr. Byrd, EJI, and Montgomery Public Schools for a beautiful collaboration, for we really, truly value our students. Thank you.
All right. So thank you all so much. But can I get you all to join me in giving these beautiful young people a round of applause? I tell you, they are absolutely on duty, and I tell you what, they did a phenomenal job sitting here in the midst of all of the activities that we have going on. Also, we would like to thank, of course, our wonderful principal of Highland Gardens Elementary School, Dr. Sides. Thank you so much, Dr. Sides, for having us. Also, too, of course, we would like to thank all of the representatives of Highland Gardens Elementary School. Of course, we have our own board member, Dr. Coleman, that's here. We have our city council representative, Councilman Johnson, that's here on today. We also have our county commissioner, Commissioner Sankey, that's here on today. And of course, with all of these representatives, we know that they take good care of Highland Gardens Elementary School, and we thank you all so much for being here on today. And of course, to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules. I know that this is a Monday, and we know how Mondays are, and we certainly do thank you all so much. Also, we'd like to thank our representative from Maxwell Air Force Base, Ms. Catherine. She's here with us today, as well, of course, all of the staff from Montgomery Public Schools and EJI. We truly do thank you all so much. Last but certainly not least, of course, again, we want to thank Mr. Stevenson. Mr. Stevens has had a very busy week on last week. He had a very busy week on this weekend, and he has a busy day for today and a case on tomorrow. And so for him actually taking time out of his schedule to be with us on today, it truly means a lot. Again, we thank you so much for your constant generosity to our communities as well as the children that we serve. Thank you all so much. So with this being said, we're going to close out this part of our agenda for today, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to get to know these wonderful students here at Highland Gardens Elementary School. Again, we thank you all so much for being here. Thank you.